resignation letter every month. That puts it in perspective. Also, a 2015 Willis Towers Watson. We're on your side tonight asking, how can you tell when your coworker or employee is about to quit? Good question. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 3 million employees quit their job each month. That is about the combined populations of Alaska, North Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming, handing in their resignation letter every month. That puts it in perspective. Also, a 2015 Willis Towers Watson survey found that more than half of all organizations across the world say they have a tough time keeping their most valued employees. When someone throws in the towel, it can have any number of effects on your day-to-day work life. Maybe you'll have to pick up some extra responsibilities, or you could be tasked with hiring their replacement. And while knowing the signs doesn't necessarily mean you can stop someone from quitting, it can help you be more in tune with your work environment, especially if you're in a management role. We talked with Adam Canavo, our own Director of Human Resources, about the signs. Adam, appreciate you stopping by tonight to talk about a pretty interesting topic here. This survey by the Harvard Business Review took a look at 13 signs people are about to perhaps quit their job. Give us an idea of what some of those are.
Oh, sure. There's obvious signs, right? Mm-hmm. So increased negativity at work, vocalizing that, being negative, towards your coworkers, towards your boss, that sort of thing. And then there were a lot of other subtle signs, but some of the more obvious ones, decline in performance, people taking off early, mm-hmm. taking longer lunches.
What are some of those more subtle ones you mentioned?
Subtle ones, I think I would categorize them under less participation. So less apt to volunteer for projects, less apt to collaborate and work with others, less enthusiasm, things that are kind of hard to measure, but they're noticeable if you're working with that person.
Is there a psychology why people's behavior changes when they're thinking, about leaving?
I think so. I think it's hard to be in two places at the same time. So mentally, if you've already decided you're going to leave somewhere, it's tough to continue to focus on your work day in, day out, so performance is going to suffer. And then from an emotional standpoint, I think you've built relationships with your coworkers, mm-hmm. and you've already decided you're leaving, so you want to maybe detach a little bit. So I think that's where those things surface.
Now, there are some things we think are perhaps signs that someone is leaving. Maybe they're missing work more frequently. Maybe they're all of a sudden dressing up at work.
Yeah.
That's not always the case, though, right?
No, I don't think so. Generally, if I see someone coming into work and they're more dressed up than they normally are, I'm thinking they must have something really exciting going on outside of work, and it's probably not an interview. If they're confident enough to come into work, still dressed however you mm-hmm. thought they were going to an interview, they probably were not on an interview. It was maybe a date or some other important event that they wanted to really impress the other person that they were at.
Is it important for managers and maybe coworkers to pick up on some of these things, though, that could perhaps be leading to an exit?
Yeah, I think it is important because it causes the team to suffer a little bit. Mm-hmm. If you're all trying to work together and get some work done and develop a project or support your clients or customers, if somebody starts to contribute a little bit less, it's noticeable, and I think you should do something about it. Yeah.
Do you encourage managers to step in if mm-hmm. they're getting a sense that perhaps someone is thinking about leaving the organization?
Yeah, but you have to be delicate with that. That's tough to do. There's, a lot of people have heard of an exit interview, mm-hmm. right? So sure. Once someone's already quit their job, you try to catch up with them and find out why did you leave? And that can be productive, and you can get some good information from that. Maybe it'll help you keep other people in the building, but a better thing that's sort of a trend now is what's called a stay interview, mm-hmm. right? So you conduct an interview, say you see somebody and they're demonstrating some of these behaviors.
Yeah.
Bring them in, and maybe don't point them out, but say, we value you and your contributions and your opinions. Are there things that you think that we might be able to do to make this a better place to work?
Adam, appreciate you stopping by. Some great information to walk us through. We found a really interesting study on all of this. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Sure. All right. Thank you.
If you have a good question, send it to us. We'll try to get you an answer. Just email goodquestion@wbtv.com, or you can get to us on social media using that hashtag OYS.